Hi guys. So it's time for math. Yesterday we were talking about making 10 on the 10 frame, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more today, except today you're going to get a little bit more freedom to make up 10 on your own. So when we say make 10, that's a really good strategy for addition. So knowing what two numbers go together to make 10 is a really important concept to get. So we're going to spend a couple of days on it. The first thing we're really going to talk about is having two numbers go into a 10 frame together. So today in practice, I've provided you two different colors. Now, it's going to be your job to come up with some number sentences. Remember, number sentences. Now, we're just working on addition. That means plus, okay? So when I say addition, I mean the sign looks like this. So when I say addition, this is what it means. Addition. Adding things together. Okay, and remember that's our sign for and. So sometimes that's what we say. 2 and 3 equal 5. Okay? But again, say that with me. Addition. Adding things together. Good. So I'm going to set one up and show you what I mean by coming up with a make 10 strategy. It's just going to help us memorize a little bit. So you get to choose whatever color dots you want. I'm choosing 2 red. Now you can see I have some blank squares there. You're going to fill in whatever you don't fill in with red, we're going to fill in with green. Okay. Now, after you get your whole 10 frame filled in, takes me just a minute to move them all, just like it takes y'all a minute. On my computer, it's a little bit harder than an iPad to just drag things. Okay, so now I have 2 numbers. My first one was the red numbers. How many reds do I have? 2, right? 2. Now, this sign is the same as and. We're going to put those two things together. And how many greens? I see 5 and 3. That makes 8. So 2 and 8 equals what? How many are there all together? I filled in the whole 10 frame, so it made it 10. So if I ever see 2 and 8 together, I know that that makes 10. Okay? Let's try another one. What if I put out 5 red dots? It doesn't have to be perfect, but making sure it's kind of in the middle does help your brain to say, oh, that's just 1. Because if we do it here, our brain may not recognize that that's just 1 or 5. Okay? All right, so I have 5 red dots. I'm going to fill that in. 5 and how many green? 5 equals what? 10 every single time, right? Because we're filling in the whole 10 frame today. We are trying to find different ways to make 10. And there's lots of different ways. So I'm looking to see what ways do you want to set it up. You're going to set up your 10 frame 5 times today. But before you do that, you're going to go and I have some practice for you. So I have 4 pumpkins there. How many more pumpkins do I need to make 10? How many blanks do I have? 5 and 1 is 6. Oh, that's a pretty small 6, isn't it? Let's make that big. Make him bigger. There we go. All right. So 4 and 6 equals 10. Good job. And you're going to go through and fill out all of these first. Then you're going to go set up your 10 frames. Okay? So today we're just working on memorizing make 10 strategies. Okay? So 2 numbers that make 10. We have to work on this a lot. You can also work on this on your Reck and Rec. You can move over some on to see how many are left. So if you moved over 3, how many are left? 7. So 3 and 7 make 10 if I put them all over. So you can play with that. You can play a game with your parents where you roll a dice and move over that many on your Reckon Rec, or you can play it on the 10 frame and you have a color and they have a color, and whoever fills up their 10 frame first wins. You can do that. So every time you roll, if you roll a 5, you get to put 5. If you roll a 2, you get to roll, you put on 2 until your 10 frames filled up. Okay? So those are good ways to work with our 10 frame too. All right? So I can't wait to see what kinds of combinations you come up with, because there's really a whole lot of them. I've put out 5. I need you to fill out all 5. Okay? All right, guys, go get busy.